Hi everyone, it's Starry Ari, and today's pick a card reading is going to be on the Ascension Rays. There are 7 Ascension Rays. Each ray has a different color as well as frequency and meaning, as well as an Ascended Master and Archangel who are in charge of each ray. These rays are helpful in the way that we go through each and every one of them before we ascend. Okay, so here are the cards. There's 7 piles. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and finally number 7. So go ahead and take the time right now. Connect with your intuition and ask your higher self and guides to help you choose your ascension ray, what you were born into. And it's okay if you don't resonate. Maybe you are in a different ray right now. So go ahead and take that time right now and choose. All right, we're going to start with number 1. Here we go. And this is the 7th ray, which is the Violet Flame ray. This is with our Ascended Master, Saint Germain, and Archangel Zadkiel. Okay, so with this ray, this is called the ray of the freedom, mercy, and transmutation and ritual. So it's a lot of magic that comes into this energy, into the people who are born into this ray. There is this sense of wanting a great change, great transformation for the world and for themselves. They tend to be very connected to the spiritual path, as well as having an understanding of polarity. Meaning that they understand that there is both light and darkness within ourselves. That is what polarity means. It does not mean evil or good, because that's just, again, a way that people explain things to blame or not to take responsibility for their own energies. Okay, so what Saint Germain brings us is an understanding of polarity, as well as understanding how to transform ourselves from that conscious stream into the light beings that we truly are. So he holds a very important position in this hierarchy of the Aquarian age that we're stepping into. He teaches the seekers of science and divine alchemy and wisdom how to transmute, how to move about from our shadows into our light, and how to actually implement or integrate all aspects of ourselves. So that's all about Saint Germain. So Archangel Zadkiel, if you guys don't know anything about the Kabbalah, he is said to reside in the Tree of Life position, opposite of Archangel Kamael. And so because he's the opposite of Kamael, Kamael is the judgment of God. He is the compassion of God, okay? That's why I chose this specific card, because this is what he really brings to us, okay? The understanding that everything in creation deserves to be in creation, understanding that we must seek balance in ourselves, have compassion for ourselves and others, okay? So that's why he is the perfect balancer with Archangel Kamael in the Tree of Life, and he's a perfect energy within this ascension ray, because Saint Germain brings us the knowledge of transmutation, but Zadkiel helps us with how to transmute things compassionately and understand and forgive ourselves for any trespasses that we've had done to others, okay? So that's that. The next one is, let's see. Okay, the next one is the Ascension Ray 3 with Paul the Venetian and Archangel Chamuel, okay, or Chamuel. All right, very different archangel from the one that I was talking to you guys about earlier. So these two help us with love, okay, and loving relationships, right? So Paul the Venetian is all about divine love and bringing forth the pink ray, okay? That's the color that he brings in. He sponsors the Ascended Master culture for this age and works with all who desire to manifest that culture in the arts. So if you get very artsy, or if you are really artsy, you probably are drawn to Paul the Venetian. He, and look at right here in the middle of his heart is a beautiful pink rose. What he does for us is that he allows us to tap into our heart center to create beautiful things, beautiful work of arts, beautiful music that helps the people in this world heal and transmute within the heart center anything that hurt them in their heart so that they can receive unconditional love again, okay, or learn to receive it, because a lot of people tend to block that from their lives because they've been hurt many times. So with Chamuel or Chamuel, he brings us peace in the heart and knowing that we are one and all there that matters is love in the earth, on the earth, okay? Because we are love and everything around us is love coming straight from the Creator. And so that's what he brings to this ray. So if you chose this ray, you tend to be very, very loving, very compassionate, very open-hearted, and just love life and love people, to finding people who are different and who are very poetic and very, like, they just love life as well. So you tend to be in that way. Also, if you chose this ray and this is the ray that you were born into, you have a big heart. And so you tend to be a very good and compassionate healer. So that is that ray. The next one is the second ray. And because I do not have Lord Lanto as a card, I'm choosing Jesus to represent the second ray, because the second ray is the Christ consciousness ray. And this is the golden ray or the yellow ray, okay? And so with this being said, all about the yellow or the golden ray is pretty much about being concerned with education of the heart and illumination of the world through the heart center, through Christ consciousness, through compassion, through love, unconditional, okay? And understanding the oneness of creation as Jesus brought those teachings to us a long, long time ago. So this is called the ray of illumination, okay? And so we in the higher realms are in the Christ consciousness ray. All of us are, not just one or two or three people. We are all a representative of that in the higher realms. We're trying to pull that into this reality because we're trying to assist the souls that need assistance with that reminder of we are oneness and we are all made of love, okay? And so the archangel that brings in that energy with Lord Lanto is Archangel Jophiel, and this one is all about beauty, about seeing beauty in your life. Also, she is specifically all about order, or assisting you with the flow of energy in your everyday life, like feng shui stuff and decluttering, letting go of the past, and allowing room for the future. Because when we let go of the past, when we declutter ourselves, our mind, our body, our spirit, our homes of things that hurt us before, or we let go of these past pains, we then allow ourselves to be at a higher frequency, or closer to that Christ consciousness frequency. Okay, so that's what they help us with. So if you were born into this, you are very drawn to the golden ray and what it represents. And you tend to be very, you tend to illuminate the world with your light. You tend to be a light worker who is a leader as well as a teacher. So that's what Jesus did when he was here. That's what Lord Lanto did when he was here. He learned through the masters and brought that learning to the world. Okay, so that's who you are. Whoever you is born into this ray, you tend to assist others in learning more about themselves and their connection to source and to universal truth. Okay, so next one is number 4. And this is actually the Ascension Ray, the first ray. And this is with El Moria and Archangel Michael. So this is a blue ray. Okay, so I was born into the blue ray, but I do have a lot of golden ray energy coming in. And for a very long time, I was in the violet ray. So let me talk to you guys about the first ray of Ascension. So this is all about the will of God. Okay, this represents godly attributes: courage, certainty, power, forthrightness, self-reliance, dependability, faith, and initiative. Okay, so this is all about action. That's why we have El Moria and Archangel Michael in it. So when I was a child, I had a guide. I didn't know who he was. I just knew that he looked like this, exactly, specifically like this, except he used to wear blue. Everything was blue. I honestly didn't know who it was. And for a very long time, he would appear in my dreams, or even when I was, at night trying to go to sleep. And he was very, very strict with me, where he was making sure that I did the right thing, even when nobody was looking. He made sure that I behaved. He made sure that I took action when I needed to defend people, or to do whatever it is that I decide is the right thing to do. So morality. He's very, very moral in the way that he wants to teach us our own understanding of morality in a higher way, not just the 3D way. Okay, so this guy, El Moria, was my very first guide. So that's how I knew that I was born into the first ray of Ascension, which is the blue ray. And then Archangel Michael came along as well after a while, and showed me a lot more things about my actions, my words, and how to walk in a way that I am responsible for everything that happens, and I am kind to others, and then I assist those who need assistance. Okay, so if you're born into this ray, you have that sense of duty, of your brother's keeper, of wanting to bring justice to the world in a very beautiful way, not in a corruptible way, okay? Not because your ego tells you it's wrong. It's more about a higher perspective of understanding the will of God, okay? That's what it all means. So you tend to be more inclined to be an like kind of one of those people that want to step up for the little guys, who want to defend the weak, who want to assist those who need assistance, also who seek justice in a good way, not in a corruptible way. So it could be that you're inclined to being a lawyer, a judge, or a police officer, or a military person, or even like a leader pretty much of that. Like of movement, so maybe an activist. Okay, so this is who these people are usually that are born into this ray and who have that connection with Archangel Michael specifically and El Moria. I know there's a lot of you guys out here, a lot of blue rays in my generation. But again, this is just the ray that you're born into, but you go through all of these other rays and you learn from each and every one of them because there's aspects of us in each of them, okay? So yeah, that is all for the blue ray. So next is number 5, and this is actually the 5th ray. And I didn't put it on there on purpose. So this is Lord Hilarion and Archangel Raphael in the 5th ray, the Emerald Ray. Okay, the healing ray. That's what I always connect it to. So this is all about healing mastery as well as health. Participating in the bringing of truth, knowledge, and bringing in scientific things that will advance the medical profession so that we can help others who are not able to help themselves heal, okay? This also has a connection to energetic healing and how to understand our true healing abilities, because every single person alive today has them. All right, so these two bring, it's kind of like they bridge the gap between science and spirit, okay? And so this is pretty much the green ray of healing and truth, where we bring together all of the knowledge of the universe, all of the knowledge of source to assist us in pretty much transforming ourselves the way that we think we should be, like making our lives better, being much more healthier, having healthier relationships with others, and even having a healthy relationship with the earth, our mother, and every other connection that we have in the spirit world. So that being said, people who are born under this ray are usually more inclined to be in the sciences, specifically chemists, to figure out how to get rid of certain diseases that plague our planet, and veterinarians who want to help heal animals, and environmentalists who want to help heal the world or the earth, as well as medical professionals who want to help heal or assist in the healing of us humans, okay? So that's who usually is born into this ascension ray. And again, like I said before, we go through all of them. I've gone through my mastership with these two, and they always come back with me every time I have to do energetic healing on someone. They're always there assisting me. So that is all for this one. Next is number 6. Okay, so this is the 6th ray, which is with Lady Nada and Archangel Uriel. Okay, so this ray is all about the ray of service and peace. So this is the red ray, okay, or the ruby ray. So a lot of people link this to the movement of the divine partnership, as well as understanding of how it would be like to be finally one and at peace with all, okay? So it's not necessarily just for romantic relationships, but it does have a lot to do with the energy of passions and, of course, of love and romance. So anybody who is born under this ruby ray is usually connected with a very I guess you could say, is very romantically inclined. That's how I perceive them. Also, they are very connected to wanting to find balance in all relationships, have harmonious romantic relationship, as well as any other relationship with any loved ones within their families or even friendships. So this is usually people who are very poetic, are very, like I said, romantically inclined before, and who are wishing to bring about a love revolution. I know when I say that, a lot of people are thinking, oh, like the hippie love everything revolution. No, not necessarily that. It's more of like a divine love, okay? So unconditional love, not a physical type. Anyway, so that's Lady Nada, and then Archangel Uriel brings to us illumination of the path, meaning that anything that we have questions about, even if we're not certain about making a choice in our lives, especially when it comes to a romantic partner or staying in a relationship or moving on, things like that, Archangel Uriel can assist you with showing you the better outcome or the better direction to choose for your life, okay? So people who are born under the ruby ray seem to have more of a connection to love and romance and wanting to balance that in their life, okay? So that's all for that one. Okay, and the final one is the fourth ray, which is with Ascended Master Serapis Bey and Archangel Gabriel. All right, so a little funny story about this is that when I went into my own ascension path, when I started actually learning about that, he showed up. He is the initiator of the ascension path, okay? So this is the actual white ray of ascension. So he helps us with self-discipline as well as balancing our lower bodies in order for us to move into who we really are and what we're here to do mission-wise. So he's very strict. And I found this out. I still work with him when I need to make sure that the direction that I'm taking for my career, especially being a spiritual mentor, is going the right way, and I'm doing things based on what the person's higher self wants me to do. And so he actually is a mediator in that way that teaches me how to connect further into, that person that I'm doing a session with, life's path. So anytime I have a life purpose reading, I call him in because he is pretty much assisting me with how to explain this to other people. And for those who are into or are in the ascension path, he helps with navigating through that in a much more disciplined way and not giving up, okay? And then you got Archangel Gabriel in this, and Archangel Gabriel is the messenger of God. So his purpose is to bring you information to help you on your way, because sometimes we have our doubts on what we should be doing. But Archangel Gabriel brings us that information from source directly and says you are pretty much doing the right thing for your soul, okay? And so anybody who is born into this ray, the white ray of of ascension is usually very much a master in their own rights, you know, already usually has or does choose a leadership role since the beginning. Like, these are children that are just like, you can't really tell them how to live their life, or you can't really tell them what to do. They're gonna choose what they want, you know. And so, and that's because they tend to be old souls, and they tend to be very bullheaded. So I always connect this to the fixed signs of the zodiac, this energy. And so yeah, that is all that I have for you guys. Okay, everybody, that is all that I have for this reading. If you want more information regarding the Ascension Rays, or maybe you want to know more about your galactic heritage, go ahead and check out my website, www.starryari333.com, and book a reading with me, or come follow me on Facebook on my business page, which is Starry Ari Toltec Shaman, similar to my YouTube channel, and, you know, reach out. All right, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.